YouTube, I'm back. Yeah. Yeah, my endeavor here, first of all, you have to be bold in your endeavor. That's for sure. You have to be bold in your endeavor. Yeah. And I want to touch others in a special way too. I want to touch people in a way that they really, really realize, as much as I did, the power that they have inside them. This is the main, one of my main motivation coming here is sharing my thoughts and sharing my knowledge, is so other people can see the light like I seen it. But I'm not forcing it on people. You don't have to. First of all, you're probably not gonna see it exactly like I seen it. Probably you will. But I don't have. I don't expect people to. I don't expect anybody to live by my expectation. So it's up to you to see it the way you see it, and it's not gonna change anything. That you see it one way or another way, because it's all collectively that we have to see the deception, to see through the deception collectively. So whether you think it's a certain shape, the earth, or this, or like arguing about shapes and stuff like that is totally nonsense, because nobody knows. So yeah. So it's too. I was down there before. I came a bit up north. Yeah, concentration of power. Concentration of power. Most people have no idea of the great capacity we can immediately command when we focus all of our resources on mastering a single area of our lives. Controlled focus is like a laser beam that can cut through anything that seems to be stopping you. Concentrate your power and focus. Concentrate your power and focus. Yeah. Focusing is essential. But this is what we have become. Very, very unfocused creatures. Very, very unfocused creatures. Or man and woman. Yeah. And we have become so unconscious that we have kind of fallen into that state of unconsciousness, and we have stayed there. We're staying there permanently now. We're staying stuck. We're stuck in low vibration and unconsciousness. Also, we don't really realize that, the gift that we're given, because we don't really take care of our bodies. That's something we have to learn to do. Take care of ourselves. All the scrap we eat and all this nonsense we consume is not bringing us collectively to a really greater height. So, yeah. Man is not the creature of circumstances. Circumstances are the creatures of man. You are much bigger than your circumstances, first of all. Much bigger than that. If you stop and only go by your present circumstances to determine what you can do in the future, you're doomed. You're doomed to Babylon. Babylon, you're doomed. Yeah. I believe that it's in your moments of decision that your destiny is shaped. For sure, but so many of us are afraid to take decision, just that. Often, we don't want to take decision because we're often afraid of the repercussion of our decisions. So we don't even take any decision to move on or to create change or to be a more happy human being. Or there's a lot of things, a lot of decisions we can take in our life to make our life better every day. You want to make it sustainable. You want to make it so that it lasts. Your happiness. You don't want to build something that you just have a short-term goal happiness. You know, it's really a long-term goal happiness that you want to go with. That's why what would bring me long-term happiness is not really the instant gratification, like the pleasure we develop, the pleasure I have in my everyday life, and it's not that's gonna bring me long-term happiness. Long-term happiness comes from building something solid, so building a legacy, having control of your own time, your own life. Comes a lot from that. You know, if you have control over your life, you can have control over your long-term happiness. But if you have no idea of who you are, it's hard to seize the spectrum of happiness that you could possibly access. There's a wide spectrum of happiness that we can all tap into. And I think happiness, there's not 25 definitions for happiness. Joy and happiness is all we need. It's all we need, joy and happiness. If we decide to, you and I can make our lives one of these inspiring examples. That's what I decided at one point. I said I have to set my life as an example. I have to set my life as an example. I've been given life. I realize it. I realize a lot of stuff that other people in the world don't see. So I have to do something. First of all, I have to give back. I have to share my information, share my data with the world. I have to really, like there was no way I was staying in my basement in front of the TV. With that knowledge, yeah. And again, it's just because we don't ask questions. But again, we don't ask questions like everything in the world is also constructed to build around that illusion. So what I mean is, if you look at the water, it's flat, yeah, for sure. But I mean, if you look at the effect of perspective is acting greatly on their benefit, because the perspective effect makes everything close into one point, so it gives the impression that it's a curve or a ball. So you know, when you look at the sky, you can easily see it shape as a ball. Like you can imagine that it's a globe easily. The Earth, you can easily imagine it's a globe. So that's why I think also the truth is for those who seek it, because it's not just because to question things, also to bring about that questioning inside you, you have to be aware of previous stuff. Like, I don't think someone that's been indoctrinated all his life can wake up one morning and see the flat earth, or see the deception for what it is. Their deception, because it's not a deception here. It's paradise on earth. That's our place. They turned it into a nightmare, but I think there's lots of hope. People are waking up everywhere. More and more people speaking out. So, rise up, Ja people, rise up, speak truth.